Hey, what's going on? It's Fist bringing it to you like I do. Now, obviously, the camera does not record in HD from your webcam, and I am using a Logitech 9000 HD camera. The problem is that YouTube does not record straight from webcam, whether it's HD or not, into HD. And I just don't want to go through that because it just takes too much time. I got to re-render the video twice and then post the video. This just gets the point across immediately. So, uh, as you may know, we live in a social stratosphere where things are not as always what they seem to be. For example, in the social stratosphere, like, I'm mainly talking to, the younger group of people out there who watch these videos, who listen to YouTube, who watch Twitter, who gobble up any type of news, and I'm guilty of that too. But I'm not going to be influenced by gaming companies or the network that employs my or pays me for my videos. I wouldn't say employs me because I don't get a salary. It's based on whatever videos that I post, whatever I make, blah blah blah. So um, we tend to fall for things like ifly videos because they sound very proper and well thought out, and they got the dramatic music in the background, and they just they tug at our hearts. We're very compassionate people in the United States. We really love our animals. We care about things. We want to do the right thing. So we're a very vulnerable society when it comes to people who sole purpose is to get paid and make money any way they can or push their products on you. They do it in a subliminal way into where it it's okay for them to do it and you're fine with that. And sometimes we don't mind it. We don't mind funny commercial. We don't mind we don't mind that. We like being sold. That's our nature. We love that. But there's some people who do it with the wrong intentions, where they try to bamboozle us and trick us, and it's just not proper. It's not proper because the end game or the end product which they were trying to sell us or get us to jump on was a bad product, and they don't realize how this product that they're trying to beat evolved, or or how this thing happened. Sometimes we call this lightning in a bottle. How did this happen? So they try to uh, push that little thing on us, lightning in a bottle. And uh, I got caught up into it, just like you guys get caught up into it. But I want to explain to you and like open your eyes to how things are changing in the gaming social stratosphere that includes, social media like YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. You know, things are changing. And I want to tell you, I got caught up in the hype last week. It was, we saw ifly type things where, this guy made a video about raw instinct, blah, blah. You know how it was. It was instigated, uh, initiated by other people and carried on as drama and so on and so forth. The kony2012, whole situation. The guys are like, oh, you did this documentary, this general's killing little kids in villages, blah, blah, blah. And whole thing is the dude's been on the run and was captured 10 years ago, whatever. And then the guy got all this money off it and got drunk and was running out of the street. What, he's got crystal meth? I don't know. The point is like, these people who were posting these videos, at the end of the day, they weren't, their personalities were taken over because of greed and financial gain or whatever. They crossed the line, between what their real message was in the beginning and what they're out to get. And everybody. they have to live. They got to pay bills. You know, I understand that. But there's got to, you know, there has to be some do the right thing somewhere in that person or in what you're looking at. You know what I mean? You know, you can't have a conscience. You have to have a conscience about some of the things that you do. And, you know, these are the things that I'm reporting to you now. These are the things that I think that you need to know about. So this all started back when the lightning in a bottle was captured by Call of Duty. Now I'm going to give you the backstory before we get on to my point, and this might take a second, but this needs to build up so you understand where I'm coming from. So this lightning in a bottle that the industry has changed and is chasing so hard, and this charge is being led by Activision and now like everybody else and forums and it, the way they are trying to sell us. Some do it very subtle. Some just go out and, you know, say, skip it. I'm going to go ahead and we're gonna fucking sell out 100%. We got to get this game. We fucking have to make money. We got to do whatever we got to do. And with this changing of the social stratosphere, you know, there's no really rules. There's nothing that's really written out there. So I'm going to try to guide you through this, you know, so you see what's going on. So the lightning in a bottle was captured by Call of Duty. I'm going to explain how that happened. Battlefield 2 Modern Combat was at the apex of being something special. I mean, that game had the best controls. It was coming from the original Xbox. It was the #1 played XOM demo number 47 or 43, 42, one of those. I still have the original disc here somewhere. It was behind Halo 2. Halo 2 was in the transition between the original Xbox and the new Xbox 360. And Battlefield 2 has always been second. Battlefield has always been second. And they had a great game. $250,000 tournament. EA spent lots of money. And they even ported over Battlefield 2 Modern Combat over to the original, or to the new Xbox. But then they completely changed the game to Battlefield Bad Company. Lost everything they built up to. And here we are, Battlefield Combat 1, 2, Battlefield 3, and now Battlefield 4. Still chasing the lightning in the bottle. And what had happened is that I was a Battlefield fan, and I was waiting for Battlefield 3, and I wasn't even thinking about Call of Duty. And Halo was out of my picture because that was like the first Halo and Halo 2, and then pretty much after that it was about to go down, you know. So there's this big window that was open, and a new console that was coming out. So now there's new consoles coming out again. So the same story is happening over again. So the lightning in the bottle is that, you know, Battlefield had its opportunity and just threw it out the window. Call of Duty was the new first-person shooter on the new console, and Halo was dying. And that's when it all came together in lightning in a bottle. And then YouTube and Twitter and all this other stuff was born. And there was no way but to capture this new game, and people were posting videos on YouTube through little capture devices, you know. And what had happened is that all of us were inadvertently promoting the game because we loved the game and we were posting it on YouTube. Then Google came along and empowered Call of Duty inadvertently by adding monetization on gaming videos. And everybody was posting Call of Duty videos. And inadvertently, Machinima grew because of that Google connection to the AdSense to videos. And Call of Duty just happened to be at the right place at the right time. So now we have all these people trying to capture what I just told you just happened, lightning in a bottle, from 2006, 2007, whatever it was, 2005. And this is the changing of the guard. This is what I want. This I got captured and I got caught in the Kony 2012, the ifly. I didn't get caught in the ifly thing. I called that shit out, and I called out Kony 2012 the very first day. If you go back and look at any of my videos on Twitter, I called that shit out the first day. Got tons of hate. Always get tons of hate. So, but I keep it real. I tell you the truth. I'm probably one of the only people out here that is not going to worry about losing subs, gaining subs, or whatever, because I don't count on YouTube keeping me alive. I do it because I love video games. I'm a true gamer. I don't know what you call that. I'm not a pro player. I don't have time for that. But I love the game so much that, I'm into it. You know what I mean? All aspects. I play leagues, blah, blah, blah. Every game. I was a Battlefield fanatic, too, before they screwed that franchise up. So, and I was a Diablo fanatic until they screwed that one up. So I've been fans of the biggest games at the peaks of the best. Mortal Kombat. Now that's coming back. Injustice, MK10. It's making a huge comeback. But I want to show you what I fell for last week and what you guys have to see. So Machinima broke up, and a lot of people went their separate ways. Machinima didn't have a forums. It had YouTube, which is a video forums, and then there's a bunch of other websites, blog sites, that connect back into YouTube because of the social stratosphere to get the news out there for you to be, influenced into thinking there's lightning in the bottle. See what I'm getting at? See the new direction of influencing you onto a game that, they want you to believe it's lightning in a bottle, but the way they go about it, it's not really truly happening naturally. This is the thing that you're getting caught up in. And I was caught up into it last week. So this is what happened. People left Machinima. They all went the other ways. And everybody went with different companies. And now there's certain companies that are, marketing and targeting gaming companies and using, what do we call these, YouTube forum vlog people to promote their games inadvertently. They're either through advertising, higher CPMs, you get more money per views on your videos because you're focusing on this game, even though you as a YouTube gamer and to your subscribers don't even like the game, you still post it because you're making money off of it. And, that's just, they're forcing stuff on you that you don't even like. So I got caught up in this hype. Everybody left Machinima. Everybody went different ways. And the thing I want to point out here is what is going on. This like ifly, Kony 2012, how we are being manipulated into certain information being pumped into our brains about the game is this. I'll give you an example. I was caught up in it yesterday, and I wanted to show you how this, I didn't realize it until yesterday, and I jumped on it like a rat jumping on cheese. So, me being a Call of Duty fan, and I think a lot of us are, and whatever fan you are of any game, if you see the news being reported out there, you're going to jump on it, you're going to report it because you think it's real. You don't know what it is, but you're going to jump on it because, you're excited about the game. And you don't see all the other stuff happening around you. So anyways, last week I seen this video by Drifter, and he's reporting this news about Modern Warfare 4. And he said he got it from PAX-C, so, I'm thinking it's somewhat legit, right? The guy's really serious about what he does. So I figured it was legit, and I was like, okay. So yesterday I'm on Twitter, and I'm like, yo, man, these dudes going to Battlefield 4, all these YouTube Call of Duty commentators, blah, blah, blah. I mean, like, this is all bullshit. So Drifter tweets to me, he goes, oh, well, Porn Star for Hire is going to be there. And I'm like, what? So I go to his channel, I look on his channel, he's got him in his sub box, and I'm like, how is this guy even, like, talking to this dude? He's like, if you know the backstory, all these guys, I know the beginnings of everybody. So I know who they really are. And I was like, how are you even talking to this dude? He's like, this guy is just straight up, he does whatever he has to do to get paid off of YouTube, and he's like gonna play any game. Like this guy didn't, Porn Star for Hire didn't start playing Battlefield videos until I started doing beta videos. I was doing Battlefield videos in 2005 before this dude was even thinking about YouTube. So then I started doing the beta videos, and he's like, anyways, long story short is like I held this guy's hand all the way through, and it's a whole nother video, but that's not the point of this video. The point is that I'm telling a story about what leads up to how I got caught up into this ifly kony stratosphere of trickery. And so I was watching it, and this is how I came to this, like, this epiphany came to me. And I'm like, why is he supporting this dude? And then, like, all of a sudden I'm like searching for Modern Warfare news, right? And then IGN pops up. And I'm like, okay, let's see what IGN has to say. So IGN is reporting on Drifter's video. And I'm like, who is Drifter? I know who he is, but I'm just saying, in respect to the game, who is he to be making leaked news about the game? So then I started thinking about it. I was like, let's look at this shit. In this description of IGN, they got his name, and they're calling out his name multiple times. And his video is at Kotaku, all these other places. And I'm like, ain't this something? Drifter and Porn Star for Hire and all the other people at IGN, whereas Machinima just was really, truly about the game videos and the gamers, IGN employed these people, and in conjunction, and I don't know how it's working. I don't know exactly how this is being pressed out, but the news probably goes through IGN, and then it's filtered to the guys through the IGN network to make videos, and then IGN reports it back through their forums, and then everybody else in the social stratosphere, because IGN reports it as newsworthy and legit, even though they're the ones that started the kony2012 ifly, just because it sounds important, and they're legitimized because of their name. They selling out to the videos because that's part of their network. They're reversing it. So they come in, they drop the information on their YouTubers, then the YouTubers report it like it's leaked news, and then IGN comes back and goes, oh, Drifter reported this news. How convenient. And I'm like, this shit is all set up. You're taking, for all I know, is that Activision is paying IGN, and IGN is taking the money and then telling the news to their YouTubers. Maybe they don't even know it. Like, they're dropping this news on it. But how it's set up is so slick, is that I can't even trust any YouTuber that is in the IGN network. I can't, because the way that the videos are being distributed on sites that I used to trust, like Kotaku, all these guys, Kotaku, all of these, any site that's embedding these videos from IGN, and the news is catapulted out of the IGN facility, I can't take serious. I can't take it serious because the way it's laid out and how slick it was put on us. And I'm, like, for all I know, I don't even know if Drifter or any of those guys even realize what's happening to them. And for all I know, they might be even in on it. I don't know, and I don't have the answers to that. But for you people out there, I just want you to realize this now, that if a person is tagged with IGN, then you gotta know that the news is somehow trying to capture lightning in the bottle, trying to start a Kony 2012 viral news and push videos and how they're promoting their YouTubers. It's just, to me, it's not proper, and I'm letting you guys know right now. and you can hate on this video, and you can say I'm like, oh, full of shit or whatever, but that's the truth. You could look it up yourself. Go search up Modern Warfare News. Go watch IGN hype up Drifter, and then see how that, and see from the future of how these stories. I mean, sure, I'm sure everybody's gonna be on the little tip now. Next, we might see Porn Star for Hire dropping some news, or Woody, or whoever's with that IGN network. They supposedly get this information from leaked sources, when we all know that IGN is an outside, powerful network who gets paid, that started, and they didn't even start a YouTube thing. It was started by a guy, Hans Vons, whatever. The guy paid me $50 to do a dual com back in the day. He was a slick salesman from New York who got these guys, got in contact with IGN, and figured out how he can be the middleman between YouTubers and IGN, and he's the one facilitating this whole thing. So for all I know, it could be his masterminding ideas and promoting and networking. I mean, hey, golf clap to you, buddy. But I want you guys to know this is what's going on. Just take whatever these guys say now with a grain of salt if they have IGN by their name. Because the way it's being promoted now is that, they're trying to, you don't know where the information is being paid for, where it's being leaked from, but it's just convenient to me how just a simple YouTuber like Drifters winds up on every YouTube reporting forum. Kotaku would never take information from a source like that. And I know IGN wouldn't take such a source like that unless they know the information is coming through them in the first place. Which they use their video because we live in a different social stratosphere now, unless they know that shit's legit. So they drop the knowledge on them, and then they flip the script on how to report in the news. This is a lot more evolved than what Machinima ever did. They never had an outsized news blog or blog. Everything they did was always all videos. They never had an outside forums that was powerful enough to flip like that. So that's what I want you guys to be aware of. I don't have nothing against anybody personal, but I want you to understand that, when you're dealing with IGN people, and they got IGN on the top side of their videos, and they say they're getting leaked info, it's being funneled through them, and then they're funneling it back out through a video, and then it blows up, and this is a viral type of campaign that's being paid for. So just be aware of that. And then on a side note, with this Battlefield 4 stuff, look, I watched a 17-minute video, and the mini-map is in the lower left-hand corner. I mean, you're fighting from the head down, and when you're seeing people, they're going to be in the same level as you. Why would you have the mini-map in the lower half when you turn, if somebody's going to be standing there that's going to get in the way? The mini-map should be either here or here, where there's no head-down bodies. That's one thing. And back in Battlefield 2 Modern Combat, the minimap was there. So I don't understand that. I mean, it's just like this EA is just like is amazing to me. So the body character and the movements, everything seems okay. I'm just gonna wait until I see multiplayer gameplay. The thing is, like, they sent all these YouTubers. 95% of them were Call of Duty YouTubers. And the way I look at it is this. You can't have people like, Burns, who's known for trolling, other people. There's like tons of people that just do these videos that, are not doing gameplay videos. They're doing it because they're trying to figure out how to exploit the game, to what it wasn't originally intended for. So therefore, when you have these type of people and you bring them down to view your game and report on them, and you're trying to start something viral or getting interest in your game, well, then what you're going to do is you're going to ruin your game before it even comes out. What you should do is you should invite people that really post videos about gameplay, so that way, the majority of people who can't make it down there, that's what the game will be. What is the next Call of Duty meeting gonna have? Nothing but like FaZe Clan and trolling people like Burns and blah blah blah. I mean, what is it? I mean, it's turned into a circus. You and I know we're at a very young stage here where, EA doesn't know who to invite, and there isn't that much credibility as to who to invite to the game. But this is a learning process, and I can understand that. I don't have nothing against these guys. I'm just pointing those facts out to the developer who are bringing certain people to view their game. Especially, if I'm a Call of Duty player and you want to get me out there, then you should invite me to the process of you building the engine and the game and testing it before a pre-release party. It's already done at that point. There's nothing those guys are going down there to say or change anything. You invited all those Call of Duty people down there just so they can talk about it. You flew them down there, whatever, paid them money. You're going to give them higher CPMs on their videos to post Battlefield 4. All that's going to do is alienate you from the majority of the population who truly love your game and make them even hate you more. You can't do that. And that's called social gaming etiquette. You cannot do that. If EA wants to gain, or any developer wants to gain the trust of, the social stratosphere, then you have to do your research, invite people who are passionate about your game at the development stage, and at least implement, make them feel happy, bring them down there during the development stage, and put in one or two of their ideas. That will go way farther than bringing somebody in there and you're paying them. They don't respect you when you pay them, and they don't love you. And if they don't respect you and they don't love you, then they don't care about your game. You understand? Equity, you know what I mean? Moral equity in the gaming industry and in the social stratosphere is worth more than buying people off. And that's what you have to realize if you're a developer. You have to swallow some of your pride as a developer. Invite some of these guys down here, because these are the guys that are playing your games thousands of hours, 35 days, blah blah blah. They're testing your game all day, every day. They love your game. They love you. You don't have to pay them. You come down there, they're willing to help you make the game better. They could save you billions and millions. I could have saved the Battlefield series from Battlefield Modern Combat, from the original Xbox to this point in time. Whatever money they lost in layoffs and stocks options and people that got fired, I could have saved all of that. And it's like billions. But they don't never listen. And that's why I never went back to the Battlefield series, is because they didn't listen to us when Battlefield Modern Combat was out. On the forums every day, I can tell you to this point in time that when they ported over the original Xbox, Battlefield 2 Modern Combat, when they fixed the glitches in that game and they ported over the original 360, they didn't even fix them. So when you're on a Deadly Pass and you went through the middle stage by Flag B, and you could slide under the plank board and be inside the middle building and shoot people through the walls, that's the type of shit that pisses you off and you never forget. You understand? That's what I got in my memory. It's like a motherfucking elephant. And we ain't never gonna forget. You have to take care of the people who love your game. That's the #1 priority. In social equity, social respect. You ain't going to get it by buying people off. It's not going to happen. And that's what, is going on now. You got these people, they're trying to do it through the back door, spending so much money through huge corporations like IGN and fucking flying people out and paying them for this and doing that. Man, just bring down a couple of heart and love soul people to the development of your game, swallow some of your pride directorship, and your game will blow up on its own. It'll capture its own lightning lightning in the bottle. Anyways, your boy Fizz. Peace. I'm out.